What inspires your songs?
Real life. That's what inspires my songs. I've done a lot of covers, obviously in my life. A lot of y'all have probably seen, and so I feel really inclined that if I'm gonna make music and have songs go on the radio, that I really want the words to be from my head. So, being signed at a major label, Republic Records, they really allowed me to kind of maintain creative control, which is hard to do sometimes, but with the success of my song Ride, they've really let me take the reins of writing my own songs.
Yeah.
So it's nice. I just pull from real life. I mean, I'm a sensual guy, so I write about sensual things. I'm also very positive and uplifting, and I've gone through trials and tribulations in my life, so I put some of that in the songs as well.
And when you perform those songs, do those emotions and those times come back in your head and you feel the emotions when you sing?
Yeah, it's like, it's just the same for if you have a favorite song, or when you were 16, you know, you have this one song that takes you back. Anytime I sing those songs, you know, the emotions do come back.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what's your favorite thing about being a performer?
My favorite thing about being a performer is just being able to see, you know, all around the country and get to experience different cultures and different colleges, and everyone's the same, but everyone's so different. There's always, you know, different people. My tour manager is messing with me over there, so throwing me off. But no, it's cool. I just really love performing. I like to call myself like a 50% extrovert, 50% introvert kind of person, where I really love, you know, performing, but I also really love writing and being in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be in the studio for like 12, 14 hours a day and work like 100 hours a week, and then come out and I'm like, oh yeah, I need to go like interact with life so I can write more stuff. But
do you have to put on kind of a persona when you perform, or is that just your typical outgoing personality?
It's just like I like to say it's like super SoMo. I'm always I'm me. I am me, but you know, it really like comes out, and I like try to emit the, you know, any energy I have for my soul while I'm performing. It might be a little much for real life, so I just, you know, I save it for the stage.
Are there any negative things about being a performer?
Probably, but I just did a really fun show, so I can't think of any.
So you're not pessimistic right now?
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's good.
No, performance great. I haven't had, you know, any fans come up and try to attack me or anything yet, so who knows, maybe. But no, it's fun. I like it.
Cool. What stresses you out?
What stresses me out? Everything. I'm a perfectionist, so a day in the life of SoMo is very like, I'm very routine oriented, and I have a really high work ethic, so I expect that from everyone who works with me. And sometimes, you know, if you're having to tell everyone to have a work ethic, you can come off as a bit of a butthead. I don't want to say, you know, any curse words because we're in college. I guess y'all can all cuss, but,
yeah.
You know, no, I don't know, I'm a perfectionist, so pretty much I always have some type of anxiety, but, you know, it's very controllable, and it never is like, oh my gosh. I get to do what I love for a living, so just like with anything, you know, back in college, it's the same kind of stress where you're, whether you're playing sports and preparing for a game or preparing for a test, it's all basically the same anxiety. So.
Yeah. What relaxes you?
Just chilling. I like going to the movies. That really relaxes me. But probably, you know, being in the studio is really relaxing. I'm very open when I'm with, you know, writing with a producer who I'm close to. It's very free, and you know, you can be completely yourself, and it's nice. Sometimes you find parts of yourself that you didn't even really realize that were there when you're writing, because you're kind of digging deeper than you normally would on a daily basis. But I don't know, I would say candy, but I quit eating bad foods like a month ago. Go me.
Yeah.
Everyone pray. It's hard to eat clean,
Yeah.
especially on the road, but yeah.
What's the best compliment you've ever received?
The best compliment I've ever received? I don't know. I get compliments I get told I smell good all the time, so I'll just say I smell good, because, you know, as a man, we get kind of dirty sometimes.
Do random people tell you that?
All the time.
Okay.
So I'm never going to change my cologne. It's stuck
Yeah,
forever.
that means
Rest
it's
of my
true.
life.
Yeah.
Here we go.
What would you be if you weren't a performer?
That is a really good question. If I wasn't a performer, I have no clue. Because before my music started to take off, I still didn't have a clue. Just like when you're in college, you just don't know.
Yeah.
You think you know, and then things just go a different way. And I had totally different plans. I never planned on being a musician. My dad was a musician, so it really is fate. It just happened. And I took it and I ran with it, and now I'm here.
And if you could have another talent, or if you could do something else, what would it be?
Well, I used to play football, and I wish I would have been a little better. Maybe I'll be playing professionally there, but yeah.
Do you have a pre-show ritual?
Kind of. It's kind of wishy-washy. I just sort of sit around, and then usually like within 10 minutes of the show, I'm very outgoing and super obnoxious and loud, and that's probably not believable because, I'm quiet on Twitter and stuff, but I usually really kind of meditate before a show, and just all my energy feels like it disappears, and I'm like, okay. And then as soon as my intro track goes and I go on stage, it all kind of just washes away, and I'm in the moment.
Do you have a favorite midnight snack or a post-show snack?
Yeah, it used to be Sour Patch watermelons, but I can't eat those anymore.
So what did you replace it with?
Nothing. Water.
Oh God.
It's hard, man. Everybody thinks I work out all the time, but I don't. So I gotta eat clean.
What do you enjoy so much about university concerts?
I really like that everyone kind of gets to be away and free for a minute, and whether they have tests coming up and whatnot, I can just see it on the students' faces that you're all working really hard. I went to college. I got my associates in business, and it's hard. I mean, I worked 2 jobs and went to school, and shouts out to you for sticking through it. It's not easy to get that piece of paper, but keep going.
Tonight I feel like was a really intimate show for you. Is it like that a lot of the times, or do you do a lot bigger crowds?
Yeah, I mean, tonight was decent. It's just, in a big old arena where it fits 6,000 people, Not many artists are getting 6,000 people everywhere they go, but no, I do, tomorrow we're sold out in Chattanooga. It's 1,700 people, I think, so pretty decent sized shows all over.
Yeah. And you interact with your fans a lot. Is that important for you to do?
Yeah, it's fun. I think, being a performer, you gotta go up, you gotta go down, and you really gotta reach out and connect with the audience, the people in the back, the people sitting down. You never know. I mean, sometimes fans are just shy, and they might be the biggest fan there, but they might be in the back, and they might be kind of humming along everywhere, but just because they're not in the front doesn't mean they're not there to have a great time. So I try to, reach out all those people.
What advice would you give to performing arts students here on campus?
Just be yourself and do you, and never let anyone else tell you how to create, because there is no right or wrong way to create. There's really no right thing in music. It's all just a feeling, and you can't guess in music. You just have to go. And same goes with dance and everything. It's just a feeling. If you feel the music, if you feel the dance music, if you're an athlete, everything is just be passionate and be you, and don't be afraid to be confident with what your skill sets are. And if you're good at math, just be good at math. There's so many things. I don't know. I could go on and get all in it, but it's just be you. Just be happy with who you are and embrace what you can do and go for it.
Yeah. What can we expect from the new album besides it being sexual, parentheses, which of course I don't mind? That's from Grace.
I can't. I'm never gonna leave the sensual. I'll say sensual. I like the word sensual better, but I'll never leave that behind. But I do feel like I'm evolving. I did my first mixtape / album, which was called My Life, and it was more experimental in different genres. Seeing what I could do as a writer, and then my debut album was, more R&B leaning, and I kind of found a lane. But this time I'm really just creating. It's probably going to be, more pop infused with the R&B elements, but I just want to go big. I want every song to, have meaning and feel good, and it's going to be a story. I want to make it cohesive and great.
Okay, someone wants to know, are you planning to go international so we can finally meet you?
Definitely going international soon. It takes a little time. You got to build it up.
Tell us a funny moment that happened on tour. That's from Sarah.
What?
I just want to know what he's going to say.
Yeah, a funny moment. What's a good funny moment? I'm always so bad at these questions. Well, I don't know. What's
the hotel one?
Which hotel one?
With Matt?
Oh, that was funny. Yeah. One time, my guitarist. I feel bad throwing him on the bus. But you know when you order room service at a hotel, you usually will set the tray outside. Well, Matt had been. I guess he had just taken a shower or something, and he took his tray outside, forgetting that the door closes and locks, and yeah, with no clothes. So that was, and he didn't have a phone or anything, so you can feel his terror in that moment. I mean, we had so many funny, I don't even know, it's just, tour life is crazy. It all blends together into one thing. Even this tour blends with last tour just because we have the same bus and everything, so it's like, I don't even know what.
Shay wants to know, what is it like to know you have the influence to change lives?
The influence to change lives? I'm just here to make music. If I can change somebody's life and my music does that, then that's great. That seems like such a responsibility. I'm not a doctor. I'm just trying to make good music, but it's such a hard. I don't know. It's crazy to think that some people will listen to some of my more uplifting songs and it can really help them through depression and whatnot. And I actually wrote a song recently called Answers, which I've battled different things, some different ups and downs in my life with my father and just life in general. And this song Answers, which I'm pretty positive I'm gonna put on my album, is very near and dear to my heart in that. And I really think it'll help a lot of people when it does come out. So that's all I can say is I'm just making good music, and if it helps you, I'm glad.
Aaron asks, how does it make you feel to know that you're living out your dream?
It's kind of crazy because now I just wake up every day and I just don't really believe I'm living real. I don't know. I dreamed of this as a little boy sometimes just because my dad was a musician, but seeing my dad, struggle as a musician and never go mainstream or anything, he was just a sax player in a jazz band, but I didn't really think it was feasible. I wanted to be a family man and grow up and take care and provide, and I just wasn't sure that music would really be able to provide, and now that it does, it's amazing. I mean, that's all I can say. It's amazing.
Lacey wants to know what your ultimate goal is for your career.
My ultimate goal for my career. So many goals. I want to have a number one, obviously, and try to win a Grammy. It's pretty much the only award I care about, just because it makes you credible as a writer. And I want to work with a lot of artists. Like, I just want to influence and create and evolve and change, where music could be going in the next 5 years.
Evie wants to know what you attribute your success to.
My fans. I don't think any artist, I know no artists out there could do anything if they didn't have anyone listening to their music. So no one's bigger, no one's better than any person, and we all connect, and that's all I'm trying to do is make music that connects a lot of people. So.
All right. Any questions from the peanut gallery over here? Cool. All right. We're good then.
Cool.
Thank you for taking the time to meet with us.
Go Blazers!
Woo!
Shout out to y'all's head coach. He gave me a jersey. I really appreciate that. I feel very honored. Thank you.
I feel like that's going to be a nice outfit on the road.